What is the future of TV advertising from your seat at Xaxis?
Yeah, well, so my role is looking after our global clients, and a large proportion of our clients are huge TV spenders, and actually they're just starting to think about a truly integrated digital strategy. And even though, so this is why a global role is important, because actually on a global scale, you might have a CMO who really believes in programmatic, but in some local markets, digital adoption, especially programmatic, let alone programmatic, we need to think about digital as well, it's still relatively nascent, and it's still a relatively small portion of the media plan. So events like this are incredibly important to start to get everyone thinking about how to distribute that media plan amongst the different channels, and how we start to measure and optimize across both as well.
What do you find is the level of sophistication and awareness about some of the technologies we're hearing about at the moment, whether that be programmatic or so-called addressable?
Clients hear a lot of things. There are a lot of buzzwords out there. They see a lot of trade press, they watch a lot of Beat TV. So, they hear buzzwords, they hear a lot of three-letter acronyms. Sometimes knowledge is misconstrued in terms of what they actually truly comprehend about the issues that are in our industry, but also the technology itself. But generally, clients are very savvy about this. They speak to a lot of people, and what they need is some help to apply all of these things on a global scale. And this is where my role as Xaxis comes into this. Traditionally, Xaxis would have worked with a lot of clients who hold a lot of data about their audiences, but also where digital is a prevalent channel for them. But actually now, we're starting to work with more and more clients in the CPG or FMCG sector who might not have online digital sales point necessarily, but they understand that that's where their audience exists. So they're now starting to grapple and get round to the fact that using programmatic and technology and harnessing their own data, which might be disparate but can be consolidated into one place, can really help them to deliver digital excellence. We're able to work across the WPP family with the people within our organisation who are working on the TV side of the business, as well as us on the digital side. And now this is starting to converge. So actually, yes, we do see that it's moving away from the traditional banner, in-banner units for video. Then we saw the movement towards in-stream video and getting quality video content there. That still needs to grow, but we do see a move towards actual TV screens and getting programmatic delivery of TV ads up and running for the majority of our clients. Ultimately, TV is a platform for engagement. It is the best, after cinema, way of having an impact with a user and resonating in the best possible way with that user. So if we're able to combine that impact and engagement with targeting, then you have a match made in heaven. I see a closer convergence between, so for example, right now, we do speak to a lot of the TV planning community as well as we do with the digital planning community. I see that coming closer together. I also see measurement being more advanced and developing into 2016 as well. We do already measure across screens, with TV and digital, we speak their language. But I think having true measurement impact, not localised to one or two markets, for example in Germany or in the UK, but in all markets, will be a big trend for next year. One of the interesting things about the digital ecosystem that we live in is that we can now start to work with offline data partners. So for example in the US, they're very sophisticated with this, and they're able to both use offline data for targeting to influence the ads that users are seeing, but also to measure sales in the offline world later on. So for example, in the automotive sector, this is already happening.